So is it Horman? Am I pronouncing that right?
Horman, correct.
Horman. Ms. Horman, you were to post this notice on the bulletin board downstairs. Have you done that?
Yes, sir.
And I'm looking for an affidavit saying that that has been done.
I went down this morning and asked for that very thing, and they asked me to bring everything to you.
Okay. The thing you posted downstairs on the bulletin board is where?
It's with your clerk or with you.
I don't see the posting. Okay, I think I may see the posting now. Can you see this all right, ma'am?
No, but it's also with.
Come forward, please. Is this the document that you signed, that you posted downstairs? Okay, and this is with it. I'm not sure.
It requires on there to approve the post, and so I took a photocopy to show you that I did in fact post it. That's why it's with it.
Okay, so now we need to fill out this affidavit of posting. Yeah, but I need to have you fill it out first. So, do you have a pen? I think you do. Go ahead and take this back. So that document says when and where you posted it, so it needs to be filled out.
Do you want me to just go ahead and sign it then?
Yes, you may sign it. All right, so if you'll stand, please, ma'am. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you posted notice of your name change on the Douglas County Bulletin Board, room 201, from the 30th of June to the 4th of August?
Yes, sir.
You may be seated. Now, I see some interest here regarding this name change. Is there someone here that's intending to object to it? Okay. Would you stand, please, ma'am, and give me your name?
Ernest Powell.
And the other ladies that are with you, are they going to object as well, or are they here for other reasons? Would you stand and give me your name, please?
Stacy Green.
And the other ladies?
I'm here for Karen, supporting Karen. I do object, but I don't know enough about states to object.
All right.
My name is Kim Garcia, and I do object.
Okay.
Based on what I know.
Brianna Martinez. I would wish to object.
Pardon?
I wish to object, Brianna Martinez.
All right. So be seated, ladies. I'll get back to you in a moment. Would you stand again, Ms. Horman? I'm going to give you another oath. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony and evidence you're about to give to me will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, John.
Okay. Would you go ahead and bring whatever paperwork that you want to bring and come up to the witness stand, please? Yes, this top chair up here. And would you give us your present full name, please?
My present full name?
Yes.
Terri Lynn Moulton Horman.
And tell me why you want the name change.
After being divorced for about 6 months, I decided that I wanted to start a new life under a new name.
Any other reasons?
The people that are in the courtroom.
Any other reasons?
No, sir.
Is there some reason why you didn't have your name changed in the divorce proceedings?
The custody of my daughter did not finalize until June, so I was waiting until after that time frame.
Tell me the result of the custody hearing.
My ex-husband, Kane Horman, has primary custody of our daughter, Kiara. And I am currently on reunification with her.
This would end up with you having a different last name than your daughter's last name?
Yes, sir.
And how do you feel about that?
For her safety of mine, I think it's an ideal move.
Help me understand.
My life has been threatened, as well as my other older son. And so I think for our safety and for a change of life, I think it's a better idea.
Can you tell me why you feel that your life has been threatened?
One of the people that's present today, this is one of the things that she's given.
So this is the matter that involves Kyron Horman,
Yes, sir.
and you were his stepmom, right?
Yes.
Do you have any creditors?
No.
Do you owe child support?
Yes.
So that would mean that your ex-husband is a creditor.
Oh, then I guess yes.
Okay. Have you had any conversations with him about the name change?
No.
Do you have a credit card?
No.
Do you own any real or personal property?
I own 2 vehicles.
Do you owe on those vehicles?
No.
So don't owe anybody any money.
No.
Do you have any criminal record?
I have a DUI from 2005.
And is that matter fully resolved?
Yes.
Paid all your fines?
Yes.
Nothing, no obligation with regard to that matter?
No.
Your parents, are they alive?
Yes.
And your name will be different than your parents' name, maybe now.
Yes.
Okay. Have you talked with them about this?
No.
You live here in Roseburg?
Yes.
Who do you live with?
My parents.
But you haven't talked to them about the name change?
No.
How would they feel if you talked to them about it, do you suppose?
They would understand.
Is there some reason why you're uncomfortable with talking to them about it?
No. It's a matter of their protection as well.
Do you have any other children?
I have a son, James, who's 20.
Anyone else?
No.
Have you talked to James about changing your name?
No.
Again, you feel uncomfortable about that?
No. He would understand as well.
And does James live in Oregon or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
So to paraphrase,
And this is the other one, actually. This is one of my vehicles.
And so where does this come from?
There are screenshots, and I found them from blogs.
Blogs concerning,
The people that write blogs generate about this case.
the name change?
Know about Kyron.
So to paraphrase your concern for a name change, you have received some negative attention concerning the Kyron Horman case, and therefore you want to change your name.
Correct.
Is that a fair
Yes.
paraphrase?
I need to be employed so I can support my daughter.
And your daughter's name?
Kiara?
That's Kiara, right? And you did say you paid child support.
Yes.
What trouble are you having finding a job?
I have not worked in about 4 years.
Have you tried to work, tried to find employment?
Yes.
Do you have a source of income other than your parents' help at this point?
Just the money from my divorce.
Are you receiving spousal support?
No.
Some sort of property division?
Correct.
Have you tried to get a job somewhere,
Yes.
for example?
The VA hospital,
And did they tell you the reason why they didn't employ you?
because of who I am. That was their words.
What skills do you have?
Educational, secretarial, business, accounting.
So you applied at the VA hospital for a clerical position?
I started out as a volunteer and then tried to move on from that, and I was not allowed.
If you change your name, will that actually help or hurt?
It would help
And tell me how it would help.
to start over a new life with not having the stigma of Horman attached to it.
Is there anything else you'd like me to know?
No, sir.
Okay. You may step down, ma'am. Thank you. The lady on my left, would you come forward, please? On my left, yes.
Come forward, right.
Through there, up to the center of the room. Center of the room. There we go. Thank you. If you'd raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony and evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Have a seat up here, please. Tell me your full name, please.
Bernice Catherine Powell Porter,
Bernice is spelled,
VERNICE.
Porter is Porter. Ms. Porter, what would you like me to know about this case?
It's a personal opinion. There is still a whole case involving Kyron, and I feel like she's trying to escape this, which doesn't make sense because she did just say that she was volunteering at the VA, but they would not employ her. So it doesn't make sense that it's because of her name, but that it's because of probably how crappy of a job she did. I don't know.
So what is your connection to the Kyron Horman case?
Well, I have a missing father myself.
Pardon?
I have a missing father myself, and missing cases are very sensitive to me. My sister actually knows Terri, and from the beginning was getting emails from Terri, and I have an interest in it because I believe that she wholeheartedly is involved in this.
Are you from Roseburg?
Yes,
Do you have any direct relationship to Karen Horman?
to who?
Karen Horman?
No,
Okay.
Karen Horman.
Karen. Kyron, Horman.
No.
That's the boy that's missing, right?
No, Kyron Horman.
Okay, I'm pronouncing his name.
No, I have no relationship to him.
Okay, you're just interested.
Very.
Okay. And the other ladies that are with you, do they have any direct relationship with Kyron?
No, they are all just concerned people. There is more than just a few of us.
Where is Kyron's mom and dad today?
I believe Kyron's mom lives in Medford, and Ken, I believe, lives in Portland.
Okay. Have you had any contact with them about this matter?
Absolutely not. I made one Facebook post towards Desiree, the mother, telling her that I hope the best for her and that she's in my thoughts and prayers. I feel very strongly about that.
So tell me why I shouldn't change her name.
Kyron doesn't have a voice. Kyron hasn't. She refuses to answer any questions about Kyron. Why? I don't understand how that's fair for her to be able to go on and live her life and move on, but not come forward and say anything about what's going on with Kyron. There's no interest there. She doesn't care.
And the relationship between that and changing her name would be...
I feel like she's just trying to escape it all. She's trying to escape it all. That's what I think.
I heard her say that she was changing her name so that she could get rid of one phase of her life and move on to another. So
Right.
I think she may be agreeing with you that she is escaping to some degree or another.
I think it's out of guilt. That's my personal feeling, is that she's trying to escape it out of guilt, not because she's trying to look for a job or because of any threats. That is not it. I mean, and she can post and she can put all of these screenshots out there, but there are numerous other profiles that are attacking people who are legit looking for Kyron, who have been on the searches, who have went on the vigils, who have done the car washes, raised money for searches, everything.
So the standard for granting a name change is that it needs to be for a purpose consistent with the public interest. Explain to me why you think that changing her name is not consistent with the public interest.
I think everybody has the right to know who she is. Everybody has the right to know who she is, who we're dealing with, who's in our town, who is around our children. We all have a right to know that.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Even if you do grant her the name change, we still know who she is. We still know who she is. As soon as her name is typed into Google, it comes up Terri Horman. You can't escape it. That's your name. And we all know what happened. Someday you'll talk.
Anything else, ma'am?
I don't want to be rude, so I think I'll stop there.
Please don't. So, Ms. Horman, you have a right to ask questions if you'd like. Would you like to ask questions?
No.
Let me know if you want to say something more, but go ahead and step down for now.
Okay, thank you.
And the lady second from my left, would you come forward, please? If you'd pause there, please. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony and evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Have a seat up here, please. When you get comfortable, tell us your name, please.
Stacy Green, or Green Teeth, as I like to be. Some people like to call me online.
Green.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Green, what would you like me to know about this?
I pretty much feel the same way as Bernice on Kyron. We're Kyron's voice. Kyron don't have a voice anymore, and we're here till he's found to be his voice. No matter what she tries to do, your face ain't ever going to change. We know who you are, and we'll make sure that everybody else knows who you are too. Till Kyron comes home. And she is running from Kyron because she's afraid of what's going to happen to her, which is going to happen to her no matter what. She's not going to be able to get past it with the name change. The name change is not going to do her any good. It's not going to get her a job. She's not hireable because what she did to a 7-year-old child, not because of her name. I mean, I wouldn't even want her to watch my dog.
Are you related in some way to Kyron?
No.
And your interest in Kyron is just as a citizen, or is there any particular?
Because he's a child and he needs to be found. He's missing for 4+ years now, and that's ridiculous.
And what makes you think Ms. Horman has something to do with this?
Because I read the court papers, and because what innocent person sits there for 4 years when a missing child that they supposedly love has been missing for 4 years and they keep their mouth shut? I know I wouldn't. I don't even know him, and look at what I do for him. And what have you done for him ever, other than paste?
Ma'am, speak to me, please.
She's only pasted and they're in the trunk of my car. If I knew we were bringing stuff, I could have brought plenty. But they're in the trunk of my car now, that she's posted flyers all over Roseburg with a picture that doesn't even look like Kyron, the wrong tip line phone number. She has done plenty to, you've even been caught doing it, so don't give me your eyes. She's running from what she's about to come to when all this comes to a boil. That's why she wants to change her name. It has nothing to do with her getting a job or whatever. If everybody could have been here that wanted to be here, we wouldn't have been able to fill this courtroom.
So you're saying that Ms. Horman is a suspect in Kyron's disappearance?
Not by law, but yes.
Okay. What do you mean, not by law?
She's not been considered a suspect or a person of interest yet, but it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that that's who they're looking at. And even a judge in the court of law has called her a suspect or a person of interest, I mean.
Tell me more about that.
We were just trying to remember I run a couple pages for Kyron, so my mind is crazy, and I've got a lot on it. And I see my page right there, actually.
This page?
Yeah. And also, I would also like to let you know that this kind of stuff has been photoshopped to fit what she wants, so this can't be believable just because it came off of a page. Yeah, people have their opinions, and I try to delete the horrible ones, but I've got a life unlike some other people, and I can't catch them all. But when I do, I delete it. I don't condone anybody threatening her on my page at all, and I do delete it when it's seen. So, I can only do so much, but it does get deleted, and she has never, ever. I have never threatened her. I've never done anything to her to make her feel threatened. Nobody that has ever come up here to, rally for Kyron has ever threatened her, ever. Every time I come up here, she calls the cops on me. I don't even have to do anything, and she calls the cops on me. I just stand there with Kyron's picture. That's all I do.
So if she's not a person of interest and she's not a suspect, then how is she connected with Kyron's case?
Because she was the last person to see Kyron.
Tell me more.
She was the last person to see him. She says she dropped him off at the school, left him at his classroom. She tries to say a man took him. There's so many different reasons on what she says happened, but she's the last person to see him. He was in school. And that's it. Kyron's been missing ever since then, and Terry's remained silent ever since then. So we stand as Kyron's voice until he comes home, and we will until he comes home. Let it be 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I promise Kyron, I promise Kyron's family. I promise Terry, Claire, whatever your name is, I will be here
Ma'am,
till Kyron is found.
Speak with me.
I'll be here till Kyron's found. Me and Kyron's army, not my army. She likes to sit there and try and say that I gather all these people against her. No, Kyron has called all these people because he's a 7-year-old innocent little boy who needs to come home, and he deserves to come home.
Do you have any idea where Kyron is?
Dead. That's what I think. She could answer that. And I 100% in my heart know that she can answer that. And she chooses not to.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Where's Kyron, Terry?
Anything else?
Where's Kyron, Terry? Claire. Whatever she wants to be called. I'll just change. See this? It says, where's Kyron, Terri Horman, a.k.a. Claire Stella Sullivan. And I'll change it to whatever else she wants to change it to. She ain't getting away from Kyron.
Do you live here in Roseburg?
No, I live in Longview, Washington. And she calls me a stalker because I travel. Kyron's voice travels.
And aside from what you've already told me, is there anything else?
No. We love Kyron and we'll be here forever.
Okay, hang on just a moment, ma'am.
Okay.
Ms. Horman, you have a right to ask questions if you like.
No, thank you.
You may step down, ma'am. And the next lady, please. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony and evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Have a seat up here in this top chair, please. Your full name, please.
Brianna Martinez.
And your last name is spelled?
Martinez. And my name is with one N.
I got lost. M-A-R.
Tinez.
And the first name?
Briana.
Thank you. What would you like me to know about this matter, ma'am?
I'd like you to know that even though Terry or Claire, whatever her name is wants to change her name, it still doesn't change her face or the way she looks or what other people think of her. People are still gonna know who she is, whether she wants to change her name or not. And I think that even if, when she changes her name, that if like other court hearings involving the Kyron case, she's always going to be connected to Kyron, whether she changes her name or not. And yeah, I just don't think she can escape her face.
Are you from Roseburg?
No.
Where are you from?
Longview, Washington.
And do you have any particular connection with Kyron?
No.
Do you know Kyron's mom and dad?
No.
Have you been in contact with them about this matter at all?
No.
Anything else you'd like me to know?
Just that she can't escape her face. And when she says she goes and tries to get a job because of who she is, yeah, it is because of who she is. She was the last person seen with Kyron, and yet she posts flyers around town saying that an unknown named man or whatever was seen with him and not her. So
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just a moment before you leave. You have a right to ask questions, Ms. Horman.
No, thank you.
You may step down. And the next lady? Did you want to testify, ma'am? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony and evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Have a seat up here, please. Tell me your name, please.
Kim Garcia.
Garcia. What would you like me to know, Ms. Garcia?
I've been following the Terri Horman case ever since the beginning, as I'm sure a lot of people have. I've always posted pictures of him at my complexes that I run. And I've just read articles, I've read different things to form my own opinion about everything that's happened, because there's so much of it. I just recently met these gals as things that happened at one of my apartment complexes that I'm not at liberty to speak about because I had to send the information to Portland law enforcement, the Multnomah detectives. And I just kind of fell into it. It just kind of happened, and I volunteered for the car wash. My husband and I went up and searched through brush and stickers and mud looking for him. And it's just come really close to my heart. And I feel for the mother. I have 3 grandchildren. They're all boys. And if anything was to happen to them, I would want the help. I truly believe that she does know what happened to him. And I think that until he is found, that she should not be able to change her name until this case is closed.
What makes you think Ms. Horman has something to do with it?
Because of a lot of the things that I've read in regard to text messages that she sent to a man about 7 or 8 days after Kyron went missing. They were sexting. She seems to have no regard for him being missing. Like I say, it's all stuff just that I've read and formed my own opinion. She refuses to speak. She posts flyers with the wrong phone number for people to call if they do see Kyron. The number should have been 503. It was 501. My friends that weren't able to make it today, because we all have to work. We all took off for this. She's taken the flyers down and put up the correct flyers. It just seems like a game, the way I see it, and it's really not. It's a missing little boy. And I am just gets near and dear to my heart every day.
Anything else you'd like me to know?
Your Honor.
Any questions?
No, thank you.
You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there anyone else in the courtroom that wants to speak? Yes, ma'am.
I had one more thing to add, if that was okay.
Go ahead and come back up. I remind you that you're still under oath. Go ahead and have a chair back up here, please.
I think in the middle of everything, it did get failed to mention about the failed polygraph test concerning Kyron's whereabouts. She failed 3 of them. And it's extremely obvious that she's trying to get away from it.
What else connects her to Kyron's missing?
My sister, that's what I was saying before, is my sister grew up with Terri, and my sister got some of the emails from Terri prior to Kyron missing, and then right after Kyron went missing. And actually, there's several mutual friends that got the emails from her. And she was jumbled all over the place. She couldn't come up with her alibi. Her alibi changed a few different times. She was complaining. She also has different names that she posts under on Facebook, which the whole thing that's really interesting is that it's a missing child that we're talking about. I mean, just like the most innocent child. And in retaliation, I was attacked by Terri and her Facebook crews for my father, who is a disappeared person, who is a missing person. I have been personally attacked by Terri and her groups. My grandmother's address was posted, information about where I live, pictures of my home, everything that could be found out about me. And it's happened to all of us because we have all had a voice about Kyron. She's fighting us back, but she's doing it under different ways. It's not fair, Your Honor. It's not fair. Kyron should have a voice in this. That's all I have to add.
Thank you. Any questions, ma'am?
Oh, no, thank you.
You may sit down.
Thank you.
Anyone else that wants to testify? Yes, ma'am. This is Ms. Green, right?
Yes.
You're still under oath.
There was a time not too long ago that, she tries to say that she's not online at all. This right there proves that she is online. She tries to say that she doesn't read my pages. That proves that she does read my pages. And I wish I could have brought you proof of her pages that talk trash. I mean, it's called Trashies too. You know about that one. It talks trash. It talks trash about me. It talks trash about my daughter. She posted a picture of my 7-year-old daughter that they stole from, oh gosh, I know you can't remember that one, that they stole from my Facebook page or wherever they stole it from, because mine is locked down like it was a fort place because of her. But she stole it and she made my daughter look like a zombie, my 7-year-old daughter, and then they posted it. Made my mom cry even. And that's hard to do. But she does this kind of stuff, and the failed lie detector test that she wouldn't even complete the third lie detector test. And she admitted to her ex-husband and everybody in the room that she failed the lie detector test. And Kyron's mom just came out on the news and said some of the she phrased it on some of the questions that she had missed, and they were about Kyron, where he was, and if she knew where he was, if she was with him. And them are questions that she won't answer, or that she failed on the lie detector test. And she just will not answer any questions to do with Kyron at all. Nothing. And if it wasn't for Kyron, if it wasn't for what she did to Kyron, her and her friend Dee Dee, she wouldn't need a name change. She could live her life normal. If she didn't have to harm a child, she wouldn't have to change her name. She can't even look me in the eyes when I say that.
Who's Dee Dee?
Dee Dee Spicer is her best friend, lover. I don't know. That would be something that Terri would have to answer, truthfully. And she also lied to you already about saying that she hasn't been employed here in Roseburg, because she has.
Where's she been employed?
She was employed at the medical place.
Medical place.
What?
I said no.
Just speak to me, ma'am.
Oh, sorry.
What medical place?
I'm not familiar with the
With the VA
VA.
hospital?
Yes.
You believe that she was employed there?
Yes. I know a lot in this case, and not from the family, just from people, because I'm probably a pretty big supporter of Kyron. And so I'm nosy in a lot of things. I read a lot of things. I have my connections with the town of Roseburg, because Roseburg does not want Terri here. I wish that more people could show up to do it, but we stand here for a lot of people. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, my pages are tiny compared to the amount of support that Kyron has, and they would all stand here behind me. Huge army in support of this, because she don't deserve to even carry another name. until she wants to talk about Kyron. That's what's important, not her. Not her getting a job. If she wanted to do all that, she should have thought about it before June 4th, 2010, and what she chose to do. And that's something that she still chooses not to talk about to this day. Kyron is what is important, and Kyron, until he's found, she shouldn't be able to run from what she did, and that's exactly what she's trying to do. Whether she says that or not, well, she's admitting it too, but it's not fair. She shouldn't be able to run from it. You know, she made the choice to do what she did June 4th, 2010. Kyron didn't have no choice that day. Kyron trusted her. He loved her. Biggest part is he trusted her, and she snuck him out of the school and lied about it, and still to this day lies about it. He's 7 years old. I have a 7-year-old myself, and I could never imagine not knowing where my child is. Desiree and Kane, Kyron's parents, are still to this day not knowing where their parent or their son is. I have been on those searches myself, searching through I've got scars on my body from blackberry bushes, all kinds of stuff like that, going down ravines, and no parent should have to do that for their child. She doesn't even come and help. There's not one time that in the history of Kyron being missing that Terri has laid a finger to try to help this child be brought home, other than place flyers that say that he was last seen with a man when she knows that's not true. She's trying to place whatever it's called for people to read things and public doubt. So when it does go to court, she can use that as an excuse.
Where have the flyers been placed by Mr.
All around Roseburg.
And why have they been placed around Roseburg? Didn't he go missing in Portland?
Because Terri lives in Roseburg.
What can you tell me happened? So Ms. Horman took Kyron to school,
She took Kyron to school.
and did he go to class?
She said that she watched him walk to class, and a normal mother would take him to class, but she watched him walk down the hall to class and waved bye to him, and that was the last she seen of him. And then she seen him walk with the male chaperone. You know, her story changes all the time.
So does the school acknowledge that he was in school? Is there a teacher that was the first class that he was in? What?
That's still part of the investigation, so that part they don't really talk too much about that because it's part of the investigation. But the school has confirmed that he wasn't there. She made it look like he had a doctor's appointment that day. She made a bunch of confusion she set it up pretty good, so when he went missing, the school wasn't alerted because they thought he had a doctor's appointment to go to, which he really didn't have a doctor's appointment.
Who told the school about the doctor's appointment?
Terri.
Anything else?
No, please don't give her this name change. She is definitely running from, and I've read up the law, and if you're I know she's not been named a person of interest or as a suspect or whatever, but she's definitely being looked at by law enforcement, 100%.
Well, if this offense occurred on June 4th, 2010, and it's now 4 years later, how much longer does she have to wait before she can expect some normalcy in her
Ever.
life? Well, wouldn't we expect law enforcement to do something?
They would.
Person of interest, make an arrest?
They've already said that until Kyron's found, they're not going to do that. So we need a little bit of help. But we know she ain't going to help. So we have to, I throw car washes to raise money for his parents. I sell these shirts right here that I made personally myself. Whatever I can do to get them money to go out and help them search, I will do until Kyron's found. He deserves that. They deserve that. You know, it's right. That's what you should do. That's what's morally right to do. And for somebody who supposedly loved this kid, they can't even call him by his name. I mean, anything that they write, they call him the kid. It's sickening. It's sickening the treatment that Kyron has gotten when she's supposed, Even if she didn't, if she says she didn't, like she says she didn't, why don't she help? Why doesn't she do something to try to help this child that she loved for however long her and Kane were married? Since Kyron was little, and he's 7 now. You know, it's ridiculous.
Thank you.
Thank
Do
you.
you have any questions, ma'am?
No, thank you.
Anyone else? Ms. Horman, would you take the stand again, please? And I remind you that you're still under oath. Is there anything you'd like to say in response to what's been said by the objectors?
These people are completely and utterly misinformed and have malicious intent against me, and they're misrepresenting what they do to myself and to my parents. Stacey Green has been to my parents' house no less than 14 times doing what she calls vigils, which is more of a hate campaign. I've never called the police. My mother has once, and they also vilified her for doing so. Kyron Horman is missing. He needs to be found. I love my son. I want him home more than anything. And what they've also failed to mention is that Stephen House is my defense attorney. And he stated in court recently that in fact, I was not the last person to see Kyron. And he has proof, witnesses, and otherwise to show that I was not. That was on KPTV a few months ago.
Are you represented by Mr. House presently?
Yes.
So if I were to ask you questions about Kyron, you would prefer to have your attorney present or
Correct.
not? Well, you certainly have a right to have your attorney present, so that's what you would prefer?
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to add, ma'am?
No, sir.
You may step down. So, Ms. Horman, I'm going to make some preliminary comments, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond before making a final decision. The law allows one to go about calling themselves what they want. The way to do that is through a name change proceeding, which you have invoked. The standard for a name change proceeding is that your name change needs to be in the public's interest. That's a rather general standard. Your connection to the Kyron Horman disappearance is something of great public interest. There are folks that say that you have nothing to do with it, you being among one of them, apparently. There are others that think that you have. I don't agree with the folks that say unless and until you say something you shouldn't have a name change, because that just sounds like retribution. The standard is whether or not changing your name is in the public's interest, and as long as this matter remains unsolved, unresolved, and until more information is given by you about that, it does not seem to be in the public's interest to change your name. So those are my preliminary comments, and I invite you to respond or give some further explanation and before I make a final decision. So that then will be my decision, and I appreciate your being here. Thank you.